on top of the low-paying salaries, some of these players are questioning if they'll even return.
It's not just about losing one player. It could signal a larger trend of talent leaving the league.
Our commissioner talked about us being able to, make $700,000. That's not true at all. There's not one player who makes that.
Clark's choice is prompting everyone to examine the situation closely. Are players really being compensated fairly?
And we were promised, team marketing agreements and league marketing agreements, but
when the announcement broke, it sent waves of disbelief throughout the basketball community. Caitlin Clark, the shining star of the WNBA, revealed her departure from the league. This was no ordinary trade or temporary break. It was a shocking decision that caught everyone off guard.
W thinks that they don't have to pay us more in order for us to be here. And I think I didn't express that when I first talked about prioritization,
Fans, fellow players, and sports commentators were left in disbelief, eager to understand what could have prompted such a major move. Speculation ran rampant as they pondered whether her choice stemmed from personal aspirations, opportunities in other arenas, or perhaps an entirely new chapter waiting for her. The atmosphere was charged with curiosity and concern over the future landscape of women's basketball without such a dynamic player.
It's going to be nice, though, I think, getting out of the spotlight and just getting to live my life and do things that I want to do and, not have to sit and I love talking to all of you, but it's going to be nice to not have to sit in front of a microphone, multiple times a week. I really appreciate all of you, but it will be nice to kind of get away and relax for a little bit. And I appreciate everything you all do as well, so I thank you.
Social media buzzed with excitement and confusion. It felt like the ground had shifted beneath basketball fans everywhere, prompting lively debates across various platforms. At that moment, everyone found themselves asking the same burning question: what is happening? This situation went beyond a player simply leaving a team. It meant one of the game's brightest talents was stepping away from the biggest platform in women's basketball. The impact of Clark's decision was felt much farther than the court.
Look forward to seeing how she can help us make the salaries a little bit more level.
For Palin, it's time to make memories as she heads to her seat.
That I get to see Caitlin Clark shoot some hoops.
For those who came to watch Clark's first game.
With her exit, the league seemed to dim slightly, and worries about the future of women's basketball in the U.S. began to echo more forcefully. It was evident that this was about more than just one individual. It could mark a crucial moment in the sport's journey. Now, let's take a closer look at the elements that may have led to Clark's decision, the reactions from the league and fans, and what her absence could mean for the future of the WNBA. But before we dive in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your engagement helps us bring you the most interesting sports content. When the exciting news came, it sent shockwaves through the entire basketball world. Caitlin Clark, the rising star, was truly making waves. Her path to success was not just a fleeting moment, it represented years of hard work, unshakable commitment, and extraordinary skill that made her stand out in a remarkable way.
It's huge for us here, for the Fever and for Indianapolis. We also know that Clark is coming off a historic college season. We know that she was the lead scorer in the history.
From her teenage years in high school, Caitlin was a player who caught everyone's eye, breaking records and creating excitement with performances that left spectators in awe. Each step of her journey was filled with brilliant moments, showcasing not only her stunning three-point shots but also her keen awareness on the court and a fierce competitive spirit that could change the course of any match.
Indiana Fever says ticket inquiries spiked after Caitlin Clark announced her decision to enter the WNBA draft. Now, season ticket holders are saying they're glad they got on board before all of this.
As everyone waited eagerly for her debut in WNBA, the excitement was almost tangible. Many fans believed she was destined to be the heart of the league, a player with the ability to draw in more supporters and take women's basketball to new and remarkable levels. In many respects, she delivered spectacularly. Her first season as a rookie was incredible, with stadiums filled to capacity to witness her talent. She lit up the court with her stunning performances and quickly became one of the most discussed athletes in the sport.
Score power on the court. Watch that inside hand, that left hand. Caitlin Clark, a little shove inside, creates that space.
However, just as her fame reached its highest point, troubling rumors began to swirl. Speculations about dissatisfaction, hidden tensions, and unrealized potential started to emerge, casting a shadow over her rising star. What was taking place behind the scenes that led Caitlin, a young phenomenon at the height of her talents, to consider leaving the WNBA so soon?
Well, they called the wrong foul on the floor, so Lewis still has one to get. Martin for Marshall. And a foul there on the baseline as Marshall went down hard.
The WNBA has faced numerous challenges throughout its existence. With lower viewership than the men's league and financial issues affecting team budgets and player salaries, the league has had to push hard for recognition. The recent departure of Caitlin Clark highlighted existing concerns that had been simmering beneath the surface. Why couldn't the league hold onto such a talented player? What does this indicate about the current state of the WNBA?
The WNBA, if you want us to be here, you have to pay us more. It's business, it's how it works, and that's all that means.
Discussions about the pay gap between the WNBA and international leagues have been ongoing. Many top female players opt to play overseas for better salaries and improved conditions. Could this have influenced Clark's choice? Was her decision primarily financial? Or was there an underlying issue related to how the league is managed or how the sport is marketed?
Revenue drivers. We also signed a historic media deal since I was here last.
That's right.
Long-term media deal, which was important for the stability of the league. And as people have been calling it a growth stock, we have a lot of upside.
At this moment, the WNBA's leadership is facing intense scrutiny, with analysts pointing out missed opportunities for boosting the game. While there have been improvements in recent years, such as better TV contracts and increased media attention, losing a star player raises doubts about whether these efforts have been sufficient. The league's struggle to manage finances, protect player welfare, and achieve growth is at the center of this developing situation. For many fans who love the WNBA, Caitlin Clark was much more than just a talented player on the court. She represented hope, a light guiding us in a league hungry for a bright young star to rally behind. Now that she has decided to leave, a significant gap has been created, and the reactions from her fans have been deeply emotional.
Not fazed by a little cut on her hand. She is 39 points away now from making history, becoming the all-time leading scorer in NCAA women's basketball. Now signing autographs, as she always does, paying it forward, as you pointed out, Christy, to the future players.
Well, you love to see.
Some fans feel milled and betrayed, interpreting her exit as a refusal to support the growth of WNBA. Meanwhile, others take a more understanding approach, suggesting that her choice exposes deeper problems within the league that need urgent attention. Social media transformed into an arena of fierce opinions, where discussions ignited in comment sections and forums alike. Popular hashtags started to trend, capturing both anger and support over Clark's unexpected choice. To some, it signals that the WNBA still has much work to do in order to truly nurture and promote its stars. For others, it serves as a critical reminder that athletes must prioritize their own careers, even if it means stepping away from the league they have contributed to so significantly.
Sensitivities of rivalries between players. In the case of Angel Reese, who's just had to shut it down because of a wrist injury, Caitlin Clark, who's continuing to play. Rivalry that goes back to their college days, presumably, where I guess some trash talking entered in. But now it seems on some social media channels to have taken a darker turn, a more menacing turn, where race has been introduced into the conversation, where sexuality is.
This whirlwind of emotions has not only impacted the fans but also initiated extensive conversations about the future of women's basketball in America. Is Caitlin's departure a sign of a bigger movement where elite players leave the country for better prospects? Or is this merely an isolated event that will not repeat? In recent years, one major reason that has attracted stars from the WNBA into international leagues is the charm they offer. Leagues in Europe and Asia present themselves as exciting opportunities, providing not only higher pay but also better endorsements and the thrilling experience of playing in filled arenas where women's basketball receives incredible admiration. Now, one must wonder, did Caitlin Clark also find herself enchanted by these prospects? Was it the lure of improved salary and the chance for global fame that drew her away from the WNBA?
Reflecting back on Caitlin Clark's rookie season, I have honestly never seen a company fumble the bag so hard like the WNBA fumbled Caitlin Clark.
Sources indicate that players venturing overseas often discover a completely different environment, one that elevates women's sports, ensuring they receive the same respect and attention as men's sports do. With excellent facilities and a supportive atmosphere, many players feel a level of acknowledgement that they feel is still missing in the U.S. Could this strong respect and recognition have played a role in Caitlin's unexpected decision?
Caitlin Clark's shot from just inside midcourt, the logo 3.
By leaving the WNBA, she might have paved the way for younger talents to consider international careers as a serious option. If this trend persists, it may leave the league with no choice but to rethink its strategies regarding how they treat players, their payment structures, and their overall expansion strategies. With Caitlin Clark's exit, the WNBA stands at a decisive moment. Her leaving has ignited important discussions about where the league is heading and what steps must be taken to keep its finest talents.
This, likely a first for Caitlin Clark, a megastar on the court, a $28 million deal with Nike just signed.
It was cool. Will the WNBA decide to overhaul its pay structure to rival the flourishing international leagues? Will there be a stronger effort to elevate its stars and truly celebrate them as they ought to be? This situation seems like a significant wake-up call. The league simply cannot afford to lose more exceptional players like Clark. Otherwise, it faces the real threat of stagnation in a sport striving for broader recognition. While the road ahead remains uncertain, it is clear that reforms are necessary for the WNBA to continue being the top destination for women's basketball talent. In a globalized environment where chances abound worldwide, the WNBA must determine if it wants to compete at that level or risk losing its shining stars to foreign markets. The stakes are incredibly high, and the league's actions or inactions will be vital in sculpting its future. Caitlin Clark's leaving the WNBA is not just a simple tale of a player exiting a league. It is, in fact, a profound narrative concerning the destiny of women's basketball. This situation reveals how the sport is transforming, how the athletes truly perceive their careers, and how the followers engage with the game. It represents a crucial moment of awareness that can lead to significant improvements or can act as a warning sign of potential challenges ahead.
Nobody likes a heckler, and if you're WNBA superstar Caitlin Clark, you're not about to ignore that sort of toxic behavior. You're going to make your voice heard. Caitlin Clark knows how to shut down haters like a pro.
I can't play like you do.
Yeah.
As time passes and fans begin to adapt to a WNBA without Caitlin Clark, we can say without doubt, this event has created an impact that will not disappear quickly. It is a captivating story that has caught the eyes of sports enthusiasts around the globe, serving as a powerful reminder that basketball is a dynamic and ever-changing world. If you found this exploration of Caitlin Clark's departure engaging, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We will continue to bring you stories and updates that keep you closely connected to the essence of sports.